After 35 years of gardening, these 5 stone ideas still take my breath away. What if I told you that 5 simple stones could carry 35 years of gardening joy, memories, and lessons quietly whispered through the seasons? These aren't just rocks, they're chapters of life, weathered by time, softened by rain, and glowing with the kind of beauty only years can shape. From hidden messages to memory markers, each idea is more than decoration. It's a story waiting to bloom in your own garden. And number 5? It still brings a tear to my eye. But before we dig in, do me a favor, tap that subscribe button and join the Evergreen Seniors. Where age is a blessing, creativity never retires. And every stone tells a story. Let's plant something timeless. Together. 35 years ago, when the garden was nothing but dry earth and wild grass, the very first stone was laid, not for beauty, not for design, but to honor a friend. His name was Peter. We gardened side by side that entire spring, hands in the soil, hearts in the work. When he passed unexpectedly, I didn't know how to grieve, until I carved his name into a stone and laid it at the start of the path. We dreamed of building together. That one stone became 2, then 5, then 10, each one carefully chosen. Some had names, others dates. A few carried a single word: hope, rest, mother. These weren't store-bought pavers. They were everyday stones, picked from rivers, roadsides, and sometimes gifted by others who heard the story. Today, the path winds gently through the garden like a river of remembrance. It's not just a walkway, it's a memory lane. Every step tells a story. Every stone holds a whisper. And walking it, well, it feels like holding hands with time itself. There's something grounding, almost spiritual, about embedding memories into your landscape. It turns your garden into more than a hobby. It becomes a living scrapbook where each plant and stone holds meaning. And the best part? It doesn't require a big budget or fancy tools. Just a stone and a moment worth remembering. Start your own memory path. It doesn't have to be elaborate. One stone is enough. Etch a name with a simple engraving pen. Use a permanent marker. Or just place it with intention. Maybe it honors a grandchild's birth, a lost pet, a quiet triumph, or someone you miss every day. Over time, these stones will form a trail, one that leads not just through your garden, but through your life. Have you ever added something meaningful to your garden? Maybe a stone, a statue, a bench with a story? We'd love to hear it. Share your garden memory in the comments below, and don't forget, your story might inspire someone else to start their own path. Because the most beautiful gardens aren't filled with perfect flowers. They're filled with meaning. Not every stone starts in a garden. Some are found in the most unexpected places, tucked in a coat pocket after a long walk, scooped from a river during a picnic, or slipped quietly into a suitcase at the end of a special journey. That's how the Whisper Wall began. It's a low wall, just knee-high, but it carries more stories than any book I've read. Each pebble in that wall was collected over a lifetime. One from our honeymoon in Cape Coast, still warm from the beach. One from a misty hike with my daughter, her first steps on a trail, her tiny hands gripping that stone like a treasure. Another from a roadside in Jos, picked up during a trip we almost canceled, but didn't. Every stone, every pebble, has a place. It's more than just rock and mortar, it's a story in stone. And when I sit beside it, especially in the evening, it feels like those stories whisper back, not with words, but with warmth, with memories only the heart can truly hear. Over time, the wall became a tradition. Friends brought stones when they visited. My grandchildren added their finds from parks and playgrounds. No two are alike. Some are smooth as glass. Others are jagged and rough, shaped by rivers, time, and tumbling. That diversity? That's what makes it beautiful. What started as a simple idea turned into something sacred, a quiet monument to movement, memory, and love. Start your own whisper wall. Begin with just a handful of pebbles. Label the bottom or back with the place and year, using a permanent marker or etching pen. Stack them low. No need for cement if you're just starting. Dry stack the stones with care, forming a bench, border, or short wall. Let the wall evolve. Let it grow as you go. No rush. Memories will come in their own time. And here's the magic. You'll find yourself paying more attention on walks, in markets, on beaches. Suddenly, a simple stone becomes a bookmark in your story. What's the strangest or most special stone you've ever picked up? Was it from a trip? A moment of heartbreak? A celebration? Tell us in the comments. Your story might just inspire someone else to start their own whisper wall. Because sometimes, it's not the loudest things that speak the most clearly. Sometimes, it's a whisper from a stone. Some parts of the garden aren't meant to be touched, only felt. Tucked in the quietest corner of mine, there's a shallow basin, circled by smooth, time-worn stones. We call it the reflection pool, but not just because it reflects the sky after a fresh rain. It reflects more than that. When the water is still, when the birds are quiet, and the morning light slips in just right, I've seen something deeper. Not just my face, older and wiser, but flickers of who I used to be. The dreamer, the worrier, the child who used to run barefoot through fields. Somehow, it all lives in that water. This little space became a sacred pause, a reset, a place where time slows down and breath becomes visible. There's something about water surrounded by stones that soothes the soul. The rain arrives, the stones hold it gently, and for a brief moment, the world feels still again. I didn't build it all at once. It started with a wide ceramic bowl that cracked on one side. I nearly threw it out, until I thought, what if it could catch the rain? I surrounded it with smooth river stones for support, let nature do the rest. And slowly, the magic revealed itself. Over the years, it's become a place of quiet rituals. Morning tea, a whispered prayer, sitting beside it with no agenda, just being. Build your own reflection corner. You don't need a big space or running water. Here's how to start. Find a basin, a wide bowl, a bird bath, or even a repurposed ceramic dish. Surround it with smooth stones, ones you've found, collected, or saved. Place it where it can catch rain or dew, ideally near a shaded, peaceful spot. Add a small bench, a wind chime, or even a plant you love nearby. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. Let it be your mirror, not just of your face, but of your life. Would you ever create a reflection space in your garden or yard? What would you include? Stones, a journal bench, your favorite plant? Tell us in the comments. Your idea might just be the inspiration someone else needs to begin again. Because sometimes the garden doesn't need more blooms. It needs more places to pause and breathe. Some garden ideas don't come from books or seasoned hands. They come from small fingers holding a paintbrush, dripping with bright color and big feelings. It was my granddaughter, Lily, who started it. One morning, she sat at the garden table with a pile of flat stones and said, "Grandma, let's write messages for the flowers to read." I laughed, but her brush was already moving. She painted soft pinks, blues, and yellows across the stones. And then, with tiny letters that barely fit, she wrote, "You are loved. Keep blooming. Rest here." We placed them quietly along the garden's edge, near the roses. Beside the bench, at the base of the whisper wall. No big announcement. No explanation. Just silent offerings for whoever might pass by. And something changed. Neighbors smiled longer when they visited. My mail carrier left a thank you note tucked into the gate. Even I found comfort in those messages on days when the world felt heavy. The kindness rocks became part of the garden's heartbeat, gentle, reminders that someone cared, that a stranger's day could be softened by a few words painted on stone. Over time, we added more. Some were funny, some poetic. Some came from friends and visitors who wanted to join in. The stones weren't perfect. The paint would chip, but the meaning always stayed. It was a way of giving, without saying a word. Make your own kindness rock trail. Here's how to start. Gather flat stones from your garden, a park, or craft store. Use acrylic paint or waterproof markers. You can seal them later with clear varnish for weather protection. Write short, heartfelt messages like, "Take one day at a time. You matter. Breathe." Place them quietly in your garden, by the gate, near a flower bed, along a walkway. Invite others to add their own. Make it a grandchild's project, a neighbor tradition, a small mission of joy. It doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. Sometimes, a stone with 3 simple words can echo louder than a speech. Have you ever seen or painted kindness rocks before? What message would you leave behind for someone to find? Drop your message in the comments, and who knows, your words might just become someone else's favorite garden quote. Because in a world full of noise, a quiet kindness may be the gentlest gift of all. Some things in the garden grow without roots. Not flowers, not trees, but moments. And they grow best in places made for pausing. Mine began with 2 flat stones and a worn cedar plank. weathered by time and stories. I didn't have money for a fancy bench, but I had tired hands and a full heart. So I stacked the stones, laid the plank, and just like that, a place to rest was born. We call it the legacy bench. It sits in the corner where the lavender sways, half sunk in soft earth and shaded by time. I've sat there on cold mornings with coffee and on warm evenings with aching knees. I've listened to birds and the slow ticking of life. I've laughed there with friends until the sun went down and wiped quiet tears no one else saw. Children have climbed it. Neighbors have borrowed it. Visitors often pause there longer than they planned to. But to me, it's more than just a bench, it's a witness. A quiet friend who never leaves. And somehow, when I sit there now, I still feel the hands of the person I used to be. Stronger, younger, dreaming. That bench holds more than my weight. It holds legacy. Build your own legacy bench. You don't need fancy tools or perfect materials. Just intention and a story to anchor it. Here's a simple way to start. Find 2 sturdy stones or concrete blocks to serve as the base. Use an old wooden plank, cedar, oak, or even salvaged wood with character. Position it in a quiet, shady part of your garden, a spot where the breeze lingers. Optional, carve a small name or message into the wood, something that reflects you, a date, a favorite quote, or simply, rest here. Over time, it becomes more than a bench. It becomes a chapter of you. Let it be the place where new memories are made, where visitors pause, where grandchildren ask, "Tell me that story again." And maybe, just maybe, long after we're gone, someone will sit there and feel what we left behind: peace, presence, and love. If your garden could talk, what story would it tell? Would it speak of your patience, your love, your beginnings? Share its voice in the comments below. Your garden has a story, and someone out there may need to hear it. Because the most meaningful things we leave behind aren't just planted, they're remembered. After 35 years in the garden, it's not the flowers that take my breath away, it's the stones. The quiet ones, the ones that stay. They've seen the laughter, the loss, the birthdays, the prayers. They've held the weight of time, without ever asking for attention. They don't bloom, they don't wither, but they remember. Each one, a silent witness to the life that grew around it. And maybe that's the lesson. Beauty isn't always loud. Sometimes it's solid, steady, still. So as you step into your garden, or life, ask yourself, what stones will you leave behind?